This is beautiful. I just came from the store. I went to Walmart. I fucked up as well. If my consciousness was not so fucked up, I would have went straight to the one in Torrance where, I hate to say it, it's been white folk. And they ain't got shit missing in that motherfucker. They had a whole lot of shit. I actually purchased, I was shocked. Like, you literally, as they say about Walmart, can find everything there. Those are paints. I felt like an occult vibe as well, and I'm going to use that to put my paintings all over the wall. I should have not listened to them fucking roach spirits. They were telling me, go to public storage, and go through all them mounds of shit, which it turned out to be, to get your old paintings and, post them around. And with my etheric walls all fucked up, I have that. I saw her last night, her face becoming the face of my soul consciousness. That's very fucking scary. It's them people at 8704 Broadway, San Miguel Botanica. They're open on like Wednesdays and Saturdays. So I know they were open today. And with that being said, I'm being tormented really, really bad by this evil bitch's higher self. And from what I understand, she went to a reader and paid somebody to come after my ass or sacrifice me or whatever. Or she got paid to do it. I'm not really sure as to what the story is. She made me forget, because she's all in my soul consciousness, exactly what I wanted to say. But I'm going to have to do something about this situation. I got Florida water that's just sitting because them things are telling me, no, dude, it's going to fuck them up. It's going to fuck them road spirits up. And it does. And it's like I have all these means to be able to resolve the issue in a safe manner where my consciousness doesn't have to be externalized and out there. And they set it up themselves to where it doesn't have to be like that as much as they can, but it's not enough. It's dangerous to have your shit like that, and my higher self was complaining about that. With that being said, that's an evil ass rotten bitch. She's took over a lot of my consciousness the other night and stole a lot of my entity attachments and was quickly reincarnating them like a demented robot on steroids. And it's hard to bait something like that, especially when you have a pitiful ass spirit team. I hate to say it, and road spirits are not the greatest to fucking deal with. They like to have your consciousness wide open so they can feed, and they'll fuck with my entity attachments as I'm walking to feed themselves. So I'm going to have to do something about that because, one time when I was playing 1150 hertz along with 7000 hertz, which gets rid of them as well as 7000 hertz, along with Florida water, it was a lot easier to deal with that. Like when I see her, she has a pug nose. Her lower self looked like Ozzy Osbourne, and very easy to deal with. She was easy to dispatch. My higher self kept saying, "You shit out." I keep hearing from them road spirits that she wants me to get rid of them, but I can't deal with that shit. I don't care how much they try to whatchamacallit themselves. It's not enough. It's unsafe to have your consciousness externalized where everybody and anybody can see it. So anyways, with that being said, I wish this was a dragon in here instead of this. It's two fingers up holding the, some people would call the peace sign or the winning sign. This here, we'll keep running for the road spirits, is a thing that's designed to... It's not working yet. Remember, I turned on the macabre the other night, and it totally fucked up them roach spirits, and through my consciousness, I hear them screaming right now because it fucks with them. I can see and hear that woman's higher self, Parafin, using that against them roach spirits to get them out so she would have no opposition to keep from fucking with me. The macabre is something that's very, very powerful. I'm going to show you. Like I said, I got to do something about this shit because, I mean, to have parasites so-called protecting you is not, no. Yeah, it's very pretty, and the roach spirits, I can't even turn that on because they don't want me to. I got to get rid of that shit. But I got to do something about that Maria Parafin. But anyway, she was doing something to get rid of them and anything that keeps them from being able to take me over. With that being said, that's why I'm scared to get rid of them. But at the same time, I know I got to get rid of her and do something about that shit. You know, you can't have your shit out there like that, you know. My frequencies would work a lot better, I feel, if I was to get rid of them. But I wouldn't be able to get my shit back accurately. So with that being said, they were telling me, you know, I don't always listen to them because that's schizophrenia. I said I'm going to have to do something about it. They were telling me I should have went to the one in Torrance, and common sense, you know, like I said, white people should have. That Walmart has everything. Everything in that motherfucker. You know, a lot of that spiritual symbolism to me. It actually came out very, very nice. You know, when I have a home, I like to style it according to my energy and the way I am, even though it's broken as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. With that being said, you know, I'm just going to say this. A lot of people take for granted. I know I haven't been able to talk like this because of this fucking curse and all the shit that I spiritually got to deal with. I plan to get another mirror that could create like, when you have two mirrors facing each other, putting one up there like a sun mirror. I'm thinking of Ra when I thought of that. When you have two mirrors facing each other, that creates a portal. And I know that from experience when I lived in Miracle Mile. With that being said, a lot of people take for granted having a home and an apartment. And, you know I've been through hell for the past 2 years because of this curse, which is really soul swapping and energy harvesting. Somebody was saying, you know, I hate to say it, I have nothing but, even though they try to invest that in energy vampires protecting me. You know, I saw in the spirit plane today, Alex Nascimento from the past, that entity I talked about here. All head and all of that, who's a very malicious entity, but didn't really fuck with me as much. With that being said, he plans to try to throw me out that August the 22nd, 2022 timeline. You can use Florida water. I think your roach attachment or something of a Puerto Rican ancestor to get rid of him. With that being said, that shit right there was adversarial. I could hear him in the spirit plane say, you know, he even tried setting it up where he would use paraffin to keep me out that timeline. Like I said, I can't be playing around with this shit. This shit gonna have to go, and I'm gonna have to do something about them root spirits and tranquilize the asses. I'll kick them out for a while so I can handle this shit properly and get my shit back. Because I don't like sitting helpless when I got the tools of help at my disposal when told, don't do this, don't do that, you know, at a certain time because it's going to adversely affect us when logically it shouldn't unless there's something wrong with you. You know, it's kind of like how they say, that's why they say don't take advice from evil spirits for the most part, unless, you know, you got the Ars Felicia demons, you got to fuck with shit logical. This is not logical. With that being said, you have to, you know, I'm going to go ahead and say it like this. You got, so the road spirits and tranquilize themselves, and they did. I can't even remember what I wanted to say because of Maria Parafin, but this looks really cool. I was thinking about putting symbols and shit on that, but With that being said, this is nice. I'm just gonna say it like that. I don't know why. I gotta figure out what her Achilles heel is. Maria Parafin, because every time I keep mentioning her name, it does nothing to her. And I feel her like constantly putting on entity attachments, incessantly in my body, in my energy body. I got to get rid of her and do something about these roach spirits that's hindering me from being able to effectively get rid of her. I keep hearing these things because of them. Oh, you're gonna need this. She was fucking with a major part, a fundamental part of my consciousness today. This is really, really nice. This looks mad nice. Monkey shine, my grandmother would call it. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and say this. A lot of people take for granted their home and what they got. And, living in shelters due to this curse, I know I got soul swapped. It's a lot more than just a curse. If it was a curse, I could just get rid of that shit easily. Like my colors right there. And then I see green. But with that being said, I'm going to say this right now. Having a home to yourself, for yourself, is one of the most pleasurable experiences, where you have your own, even though it's fucked up, your own energy, your own space. It's a good place to have, instead of being in constant contact with the outside world and constantly dealing with people. This is really, really, really nice. And it's beautiful. And it comes with amenities. And, I don't expect anything like that. With that said, I gotta do something about that malignant ass Maria Parafin bitch. Her, not her physical self physically, but something gotta be done spiritually because, this motherfucker is a very malicious entity to combat and wants me dead. And I gotta do something, get this bitch out of my soul consciousness. I thought about pink, so I don't know what can get, I know 1945 hertz can do the trick, but I don't know what could get somebody's higher self out, something parasitic. So, every time I try to come up with a solution, roach attachments, they'll say things like, because she does something where it's tricky to see where she's at in the spiritual plane. That's why I've been concentrating on pictures like here, be able to get her. Use my energy to go and attack. But with that being said, it's very, very hard to enjoy something like this and to deal with something like that, something that wants you dead. I have a lot of protection. It ain't the best at all to combat them roach spirits primarily, but I got to do something about that beanbag bitch. I'm always being told, oh, dude. And it'll work out in the spirit plane, according to what the roach spirits say. I feel like I'm being held hostage, like I'm being latched down by that evil ass shit, which isn't really helping. I hear them, well, could be out. Parafin kicked me out. We got to do something about that. I'm tired of hearing them motherfuckers when I shut up. They expect you to feel it physically when they do work on your externalized consciousness, and that's not logical. For a while, they were like, oh, don't sleep with the black. They were actually suggesting to me use black kyanite to get rid of her. And at one point, she was using it to fuck their asses up. Because I fucked up my shit ass using my own energy against me. You can use 446 hertz to get it back. But I'll be told by the roach spirits, don't use that because it's not going to work. And, she going to fix it again. She like 295 hertz is very effective. I keep hearing her use my soul consciousness right now to tear it apart from what I understand in the physical plane, going back to that May 1st, 2025 timeline where I feel something happened and know something happened. I've been seeing Aztec death mask and all of that ever since. I was told that she's in touch with them women that you saw. On the camera here. So I can end this shit. She is over her lower self, constantly protecting her and making sure nobody comes close. But she has a little bit, from what I understand, of my soul consciousness and uses it in the astral plane to attack. So with that being said, because I got raccoon eyes due to this evil shit. I can't stand the road spirits. I really can't. So with that being said, man, it's hard to enjoy a space like this because of this evil shit. I may get rid of them because even when you have them around, they'll start tearing apart your conscience. Nah, I can't. So I'm going to have to do something about it. This farms, I deliberately made it form a pyramid here. I don't like impingements on my freedom. And I'm very big on being free. So with that being said, I'm going to say blessed materially to have this. This looks like one of the, a picture that you see, perfect, that you see that, shows really, really nice apartments. And this is exactly what it is. This is really fucking nice.